Hey, there you are, and welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and we have quite a number of watches in front of us today. We recently purchased more than 20 watches from AliExpress, so we have a couple of haul videos to do just for you. So this is going to be a whole lot of fun, so stay tuned. So we are going to jump right in, but before we do, we're going to do a quick wrist check. Actually, two. This is the Archon Galleon. This is a GMT by Archon. It's got great legibility. I think you'll love it. And on this wrist, we've got the BY5208 by Benyar. It's got a textured dial, and it's really a standout. I think you would enjoy this one as well. We have watches today that range from $8.99 all the way up to $75. We've got a total of 10 watches, so let's get it. These are coming to you in no particular order, but coming up first is the Addiesdive MYH10, a Sumo homage. This classic diver is one of my favorite watches. I used to own a Sumo a while back, and I really loved it. This Addiesdive is so precise, at least to me. It's incredible. The size, the feel, the weight, they really capture the essence of the original. This is a 44.5 millimeter case diameter with a 52.5 millimeter length. And this watch is 14.5 millimeters thick, so it is a big boy. This watch is constructed with 316L stainless steel everywhere. I'm talking about the case, case back, crown, bracelet, and bezel. Let's take a quick look at the flanks of this watch. To me, the case is the star of the show. And take a look here. You can see this beautiful bevel that runs from lug to lug right through the middle of the case. From the bevel down, you'll see the case is polished, and above the bevel, the case is brushed. This is a sleek design, and it looks amazing. Lastly, I love the design of the bezel. To grab and turn the bezel is simple by accessing it from the 12 and the 6 o'clock positions. The case rises on both the 3 and the 9 o'clock sides, which adds to that interesting look and design. This is a 120-click unidirectional bezel with a ceramic insert. This is a nice blue AR-coated sapphire crystal protecting the dial. This is a true diver at 200 meters of water resistance, so it's not a dive watch that just looks the part. This is a tool. This was one of those watches we got with a really good sale. We purchased it for $75 during the 11/11 sale. I think now we'll move on to something just a little bit more eloquent. This is the Thorn Retro Tribute dress watch. So wait till you see this. Thorn has really captured the look of a vintage watch from way back in the 1920s and 30s. This beauty is 37.8 millimeters in diameter with 9.7 millimeters in thickness. The simplicity of this watch really is part of its charm, and it's captured nicely with this cream-colored center dial. There is a black layered circle that moves around the dial with tan gold numerals, and way out on the outer edge of the rim, you can see a minute track that finishes off this look. It has a small seconds hand just above the 6 o'clock position, which is a nice touch and adds class to its style. Looking at the case itself, it's entirely polished with the lug standing thin and distinguished. From the profile view, you can see how the lugs turn down aggressively. This will help the watch wear and feel better for the user. And this strap is tremendously soft and it's remarkably comfortable. It just feels great. This is a very handsome watch that we were able to get it for less than $50. Up next, we've got the Specht and Sohne SP0020, and this is one of the more popular watches on AliExpress. You are looking at Specht and Sohne's effort to pay tribute to Seiko's 1968 prospects. The 0020 has a rotating bezel and a classic sports design, but it's also compact enough that it only measures 38.5 millimeters in diameter and 45.3 millimeters lug to lug. The thickness of this watch is only 12 millimeters and the lug width is 20 millimeters. On top of the watch is a nice functioning bezel. It's a 120-click unidirectional rotating bezel that looks great sitting on top of the watch. The case is 316L stainless steel, as is the bracelet, crown, caseback, and bezel. It has 100 meters of water resistance, and looking just a little closer, you can see a distinctive 5-row bracelet that keeps with the retro theme. It's both fluid and comfortable. This is one of those watches you can wear anywhere. It's definitely a versatile watch. I know people that purchase this one to be used as an everyday one, and others that purchased it to be a dress watch. So really, no matter what kind of watch you're looking for, this one would work for you. We purchased it for $64 on the 11/11 sale. Up next is a watch that epitomizes class. This is a Corgeut. It's the classic square watch. This watch is 42 millimeters in diameter with 45 millimeters lug to lug, and that thickness is 11 millimeters. When you look at the profile of this case, you can see the lugs turn down aggressively, which is really great for those with small to medium-sized wrists. It gives you the ability to wear a 42 millimeter watch. The case flanks are vertical brushed, and they've got polish on top of the lugs. The case back and crown are screw down, and it has an exhibition window. The dial is classic black with silver battens and hands. There is really good legibility with this watch, and that makes time at a glance possible. Now, this dial is protected by K1 mineral crystal. It's not sapphire. The strap is nice, genuine leather, and it's 22 millimeters at the lugs. It also has an easy release strap, which is also very nice. This watch is powered by a Seiko NH35, which has 41 hours of power reserve. If you're looking for a classic watch that's versatile, has a retro feel, and a touch of contemporary, look no further. This is a watch that we purchased for only $53, and it's also one of those watches the minute you put on, you'll fall in love with. Up next is this Pagani design PD 1767. This is an interesting watch. To hold this watch, you can tell immediately it just feels solid. It's well built and durable. The case is made of 316L stainless steel with an incredibly well-designed crown protectors. The dial has dots at the hour markers with 2 subdials. You can also see a date complication at the 6 o'clock. This case measures 41 millimeters in diameter and 44 millimeters lug to lug. The thickness of the case is 14.5 millimeters, and the bezel, it's a 120-click unidirectional ceramic bezel insert. You also get an exhibition window on the screw-down case back, and what you are looking at through the window is a Hangzhou Cow 2C10 automatic movement. The 2C10 is a dual subdial automatic movement with a small running seconds hand indicator on the left and a power reserve indicator on the right. This is a watch that's also versatile, and it can be used as a diver or simply as a casual everyday watch. It's 200 meters of water resistance and has an incredibly interesting look. The strap is 22 millimeters at the lugs, and it's made of tough and durable leather and nylon. This is a watch that I had my eyes on for quite some time, and I just pulled the trigger and got it for $55, which is a steal. The next watch in this haul is the PD 1734. This is one of the cheaper watches in this haul, but it may be the best value. It's a solid steel case, caseback crown, bracelet, and fixed bezel. It has a Seiko Mecha Quartz movement, the solid VH31 to be precise. It beats 4 times per second as it sweeps effortlessly across the dial. There are beautiful gold battens on the hour markers. The surface of this dial is textured and provides an interesting look to the watch. The one I chose here is the purple dial with an applied shield logo just under the 12 o'clock position. It also has the printed name just under the logo. It's in white, and just above the 6 o'clock you can see a water resistance rating printed in white. The case itself measures 39 millimeters in diameter with 44 millimeters lug to lug. The lug width is 20 millimeters. The watch comes with a stainless steel bracelet, but honestly, I'll be changing the bracelet to a nice leather strap. This watch is in real high demand on AliExpress, and we got this one for $37. This is the Citizens Bullhead Homage by Minifocus. So why do they call it a bullhead? Well, it has to do with the location of the pushers. Both are above the 12 o'clock position on top of the case. I will say this is a complex watch in many ways. The case, however, is budgeted out, so the internal mechanisms can be included. It measures at 38 millimeters in diameter with 40.5 millimeters lug to lug. The case thickness is 12.2 millimeters, and it's got 18 millimeter lugs. Now, this watch was $13 during this past sale, so how do they afford this movement that's required for this watch? Let's begin with the case materials. It's alloy, which is much cheaper than 316L stainless steel. Up next is a watch with the ever-popular green and yellow design. This is the Addiesdive AD2055. This is a great-looking watch that's clearly inspired by the image of the Seiko Alpinist, but at a fraction of the cost. The spec sheets of these two watches are almost identical. You can get a Seiko automatic movement, the NH35. It comes with a stainless steel case, caseback crown, fixed bezel, and bracelet. Dial is incredibly nice to look at. It's got a sunburst center circle, the textured outer circle, and the large oversized numerals, which honestly are just great. So very much like how they did the minute track in white, which adds more amazing contrast. I wish the date wheel would have been yellow, but otherwise I have no complaints about this watch. Even people that don't like homage watches tend to like this one. It's not an exact copy of the Alpinist. I like how Addiesdive took enough liberties to pay tribute, but not do a carbon copy. This watch has 200 meters of water resistance, and it's a nice, comfortable size for most people. It's 39 millimeters in diameter, 49 millimeters lug to lug, and 12 millimeters thick. This is a watch that we purchased for just under $50 during the 11/11 sale, and it's a great value for the money. Well, there you go. 8 solid watches ranging from $13 to $75. These are all really good value for the money. If any of these watches really have your interest and you want to find out more, we do have affiliate links in the description. So go there, research these watches, make sure they're right for you. And if there's one or more that you decide you want to purchase, just remember My Dude Watch does get a small commission, but you don't pay more. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us. And that'll close the show for us today. So thanks again for watching. We really do appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. But wait, don't forget, dudes can't be late.
They call me a